Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be ranking every LEGO Star Wars Battle Pack. But before we get into that, I am going to ask you all to smash that like button, and to incentivize you even further, I have brought my puppy, Sadie. So she wants you to hit the like button, because then it will help, and it will also just be a great help for the YouTube algorithm, and it will make Sadie very happy. Won't it make you happy, Sadie? Okay, so let's get right on into it. Now, starting off right at number 38 is the Assassin Droid Battle Pack. Now, this one's pretty disappointing, mainly because you get about 5 Assassin Droids, 2 black ones, 3 silver ones. There are no minifigures here. What is the appeal? This has to be the worst one. The build is just a weird speeder. It's just nothing exciting, and it was $10, yeah, back in the day, whatever. But there's not much else to say other than just a disappointment. Who wants just 4 assassin droids? Now, next up, we have the Death Star Troopers set. Now, this one, isn't horrible. Actually, nah, it's pretty not good. Now, the reason I have this one all the way down here is namely because these are not army buildable figures, and 2 of them are very boring. The Death Star Gunners are not exciting. They have stud blasters, which obviously makes them a lot less exciting. It's very generic. You can't really army build a load of Imperial Guards. Like, this works as one battle pack, but not as many. The detail is not crazy. None of the figures are even exclusive. The cannon build is meh at best. It's not great. And overall, I'm just not a huge fan. Now, next up, we have the Rebel Trooper Battle Pack. Now, there are actually 2 of these I learned as researching for this video. First off, I just want to say right off the bat, what is that vehicle? I don't even know what that is. Is that a Zamboni? You know, those things they use on ice rinks? Like, I have no idea, honestly. And it is probably, like, the most generic, boring battle pack in all of existence. You get 3 very boring Rebel Troopers with normal blasters, which is nice. You get a very boring Rebel pilot. There's literally nothing. It's the most boring battle pack in all existence. It's just Rebel Troopers. We have better ones, and again, battle packs are generally a great theme. They have a lot of cool stuff. But there's no, one significant character in here that's super cool. But let's move into the next one, which is the Sith Troopers Battle Pack. Now, this one, I think it's pretty obvious why. There's only one actual desirable figure in here. And yes, that one desirable figure is a Sith Trooper, and it is very cool. In the red and everything, but the other 3 just no. So you get the 2 First Order Jet Troopers, or Sith Trooper Jet Troopers, which were in, the movie for a total of, a second. Then you also get this weird officer guy. He's nothing special at all. The speeder is very generic, one of the most generic. I thought I already honestly had it. It's just that generic of a speeder. It feels like a mini snow speeder, First Order snow speeder almost. Just nothing to write home about. This is the one that's currently on sale now. I mean, I bought a few for $8, but it still does not make it a great set. I've seen, all these figures go for $1 except the Sith Trooper because he's, again, the only desirable thing out of this set. Now, moving into the next one, at number 34, we have the First Order Specialist Battle Pack. Now, you guys know I'm not a huge First Order person, but LEGO really seems to, not hit it home with these First Order sets. You'll notice, you get these 2 First Order Specialists, which are very cool, by the way. They were awesome when they came out. This was perfect to buy one of, because only 2 of these characters actually showed up in the whole movie. So it was perfect to buy one of. And then, of course, and this is a theme you're going to see throughout this list, they just throw in these random officers. They could have thrown in someone cool. Even a regular officer with a hat is cool, in my opinion. I like those. I do not like these black helmeted, just black suit wearing things. They're just gross. I don't like them at all. And they overcrowd them on these sets. And they're so undetailed. I don't know why LEGO does these. I don't think kids enjoy these types of characters that much, if that's what these battle packs are for. They're just not exciting. I really don't get it. The build itself is pretty generic. It's a very standard build, really nothing to write home about. Probably one of the more lackluster ones. Now moving into number 33, we have 75079, the Shadow Troopers Battle Pack. Now I picked up one of these when I was younger, and it was interesting. There were so many other battle packs on shelves at the time, so it was very not worth picking up because you had 212 battle packs on shelves at the same time. Why would you pick this one up out of all of those? But either way, you dig. This is non-canon, which I do appreciate LEGO for, stepping a little out of their boundaries to make something really new and unique. That's certainly cool. It's Legends. You do get these, reverse red and black guards. I don't know. They have, lightsaber hilts, which is neat. And then you do get the 2014 Stormtrooper in a shadow design, which was pretty much just they recolor it, just change the base color, which is nothing special. And the speeder, again, is pretty generic, nothing exciting there. Next up we have one that I have, it is a mixed bag for me. Now, there are good parts of this and bad parts. So this is the Clone Troopers versus Droidica's battle pack. Now, first off, the good parts. The build, I love it. I love the little command posts. Command posts are great for, playing Lego Star Wars stuff, for kids. You always have the battlefield. You never have, the main command post where the commanders command from. The problems, and also you do get the one Phase 1 Clone Trooper. It should have been more. This is my main problem. You get a Clone Sergeant, which is not a very army buildable character, unless you can, somehow make it a lime green, because they're supposed to command, 4 clones. And then the other thing is, you don't even get 4 figures. You get 2, and then you get 2 buildable Droidicas, which that shouldn't count as figures. They could count as part of a build, like I could see them as a build that goes with the set, but not as in place of a figure. Or they at least should have thrown in another Phase 1 clone. And this battle pack would have been 100 times better. But since they have, the same amount of each clone and the Droidicas just doesn't work for me, personally. Now, moving on to the next one, we have the Tatooine Battle Pack. Now, while this is not certainly the most exciting one of all, I appreciate it. I like the way they have the mechanism to hold the droids. I appreciate the Jawas. I believe this was around the time the new Sandcrawler was out, so this was fun, to beef up your Jawa army, if you will. And Tuskens are always easy to army build, and, this was the new Tusken mold. And I like it, and I think it's great to have Tuskens. And, this is a nice beefing up battle pack. The droid you can't go very far with. I personally don't think I even ever picked this one up. But, 2018 was an interesting time. And I think it was an interesting battle pack, that's for sure. I wish I picked it up, but it's still kind of not great nonetheless. Now, moving on to number 30, we have 75206, the Jedi Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This was, again, a 2018 battle pack. Now this came, there's a problem with this one, similar to the ones with the Clone Troopers versus Droidicas. It is that you're getting these 2 Jedi, which are the big problem, and mainly they're named. So that's not great, first of all. You get Ki-Adi-Mundi and, I want to say Barriss. Barriss is her name. And you get the 2 Clone Troopers. The 2 Clone Troopers are great. Love the 2 Clone Troopers. Like they were the reason everyone bought the set. Why would anyone need a Ki-Adi-Mundi army? I'm pretty sure Brix did a bunch of this, and it was kind of funny. But why? I really don't get the thought process here. That made this set so much more disappointing, especially them being named. If you made them a little more generic, that would be fine, but they have such a precise design, you cannot exactly swap them out. If you threw Obi-Wan or Mace Windu in here, it's easy to swap out heads, make different Jedi out of it. But no, they didn't do that, which is really unfortunate, and they chose these very specific Jedi. Why Barriss? Did they just have this design laying around? I have no idea. The build is supposed to resemble, a Republic gunship type thing. I don't particularly care for it, but it's okay. But let's move into number 29, which is the Snowtroopers Battle Pack. Now, this one is not bad. This one is just generic. It's so bland, so boring. You get 2 Snowtroopers, which is fine. Again, no crazy details. You get the AT-AT Walker pilot, which is okay. You get the officer. I believe that might be General Veers. I don't know. Again, just so generic. The build is a plate with a little gun strap to it and a little command post. The speeder is nice, but nothing crazy. Just such a generic and bland and boring battle pack compared to ones we're going to get into later in this list. Now, next up at 28, we have the Resistance Transport Battle Pack. Now, I believe this came out back in 2016 or 2017. Now, this one, I actually don't mind. I kind of like this one. I did pick up 1 or 2 of these back in the day. You do get these 3 Resistance Troopers, which you'd all swap out their body parts within each other, and, you make different versions of Resistance guys, and they all get their own face. You get the little officer guy, which is all very cool. And the speeder is a nice little thing. I could see that as a fun, playable feature. It's nothing that's canon. There weren't many Resistance, tank-type things, which is difficult, and I understand that. But you do get a little area to sit in, as well as a back, heavy cannon area, almost like a Humvee, but in speeder form. I really don't know. But it's just cool. I like the little armor attachments they gave to the minifigures stud blasters. They didn't have to do that, but they did, which was kind of cool. And let's move into the one from the same wave, and this is the First Order Battle Pack. Now, I would probably have this one lower, if not for the pure nostalgia and, excitement for this one. Now, those who remember back to the time, I believe, again, of 2016, the movie had just come out. Everyone wanted to build their First Order armies. The only sets we got them in were, really expensive. So this was a great way to bulk up on Stormtroopers. The problem was you got these two ugly officers. They both came in the same black I was talking about earlier with the other one. This one only ranks higher because, first of all, the build is great. I think this is a great battle pack build. I think it works perfectly. You get the little panels that fold out, and they come with control panels and areas for studs. You get the Stormtrooper, which is nice. The problem I see after that is you get the Stormtrooper. The other Stormtrooper you get is like a heavy version, and it comes with like the black armor, which is very disappointing. I got like 2 or 3 of these because that's all I could afford. But it was still cool to pick up, and I still enjoyed it, and I have like 3 of them. Again, very cool. Now, moving after that is the Republic Troopers versus Sith Troopers battle pack, the first Sith Troopers. This one is cool. I like this one a lot. You do get these 2 Republic Troopers in orange, which are very cool. You get one with like that heavy gun, and this was really unique for LEGO to do, and I'm really happy LEGO did these. And then you also get the Sith Troopers. Now, they did a great job with these. They were kind of hard to get. They were inexpensive sets. But this was a cheaper way to get a hold of them. And I honestly love the speeder build. It reminds me of the thing the guy from Spider-Man drives. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it looks cool. And I like it. I do appreciate all of that a ton. Now, next up, we have the Battle Droids Battle Pack. Now, this thing was just loaded with Battle Droids. You got 4 plain B1 Battle Droids. You got 3 of the B2 Battle Droids. And this was back in the day of 2005. So I thought that was a pretty decent deal. You also get the little droid transport ship, which is neat. And you can shoot and everything. Now, while this was not like the best because they're not like strictly minifigures, it was certainly a great way to beef up a battle droid army. I really, obviously, don't like battle droids. They're perfect. You get a staff speeder, all that fun stuff. For $10, I think that was a pretty good deal, all things considered. Now, after that, we have the Geonosis Troopers Battle Pack. Now, this one is a pretty contentious one. This came out around 2015. Now, first off, the minifigures are obviously the big contention here, mainly because they are not canon. At least up until recently, I believe they made a design, used this design in the Battlefront games. You could correct me if I'm wrong. But it's, overall, I love the way they detailed it up. It is certainly, a creative liberty on LEGO's part. And if they made more battle packs with other characters, I would be, more forgiving. But it is still okay. I'll respect it for what it is. They basically did just retexture the Airborne Trooper, which I guess is fine. This came out a year or 2 after the 212 Battle Pack. The AT-RT Walker is a neat one, although the ugly giant rotary cannon just makes it kind of look, again, ugly. I wish they just attached a tiny little weapon to it, and then it would have been perfect. But you can, load 2 troopers up on there, and it's okay. Now, next up at 23, we have one I personally like, but I never got. And this is the Endor Trooper and Imperial Trooper Battle Pack. Now, I loved my Ewok Village as a kid. That was my first big set, and I played with it all the time. It is great. And I wish I picked up these, because you always wanted more Rebel Troopers and Stormtroopers and Scout Troopers, and they were very hard to get at the time. This set was already off shelves by the time I got mine. Either way, it came with small trees, it came with a little turret in the build, you got a nice Scout Trooper speeder, which were things I was always coveting, and you got a clean Stormtrooper, a clean Scout Trooper, and you get 2 Rebel Troopers. I love this set. It is so simple. You're really focusing on these nice army building and just fun figures, especially around the time the Ewok Village and a few other Endor sets came out. This was a great one to pick up alongside those that came out a year before, I believe in 2012. So this was just a great one to have overall, and I think it's super cool. Now, moving on after that, we have, this is going to be controversial. The next 3 or 4 are going to be controversial. But this is the Inferno Squad Battle Pack. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this because it comes with named characters, and I know you can't have named characters. But it's solvable, mainly because you can put the helmets on. Even though, in the official images, doesn't really show that, she does come with a helmet, so it makes it very easy to cover her up and make her look like a trooper like the rest of them. And you just get these cool-looking Imperial troopers that have, red markings all over them, and they look kind of like red TIE pilots. The build, again, is nothing to write home about, is nothing special at all, but I do indeed like it, and I think I'm putting it up here mainly because of that, and you can make them their own individual character as well, as obviously do, just make them whatever you want. It's really cool. Now, next up at 21, we have the Mandalorian Battle Pack. This is the brand new one that's still on shelves right now for $12 on Amazon. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description. But these guys, I know a lot of people don't like them, again, because they're not army buildable. You can't really build an army of these, which is disappointing, and I think LEGO kind of screwed the pooch on that, making this a battle pack. You could have put these in various Mando sets, in my opinion, like a Navarro set. But either way, the builds are decent, you get all the accessories, and they are just nicely detailed figures. I just really like them. And this is the same thing for another one we're going to do later on this list. But I just wanted to credit that there, and I think it was a lot higher than all these other ones. I'd prefer to get that. Now, moving on after that is at number 20, the Senate Commando Troopers. Now, the Senate Commando Troopers one, a lot of people aren't a huge fan of because it kind of devalued the Senate Commandos, but I don't mind it too much. Getting too many captains got a little repetitive, but other than that, I own a good chunk of them. And they're pretty neat to have. They're basically the 2014 style of clone, but in blue. Like literally, that is the exact print they use. They just put them on blue, which is not entirely accurate, I believe, to how they function, at least in the lore. But, the cannon build, again, not a huge fan. It kind of reminds me of one we'll get into again later in this list. But next up, at number 19, we have the Imperial Troopers Transport. Now, I like this one a lot, but I had to devalue this for a single reason, which is really unfortunate, and that is the Stormtrooper helmets. Because the Stormtrooper helmets were Rebel-themed, and nobody really likes the Rebel Stormtroopers because they, look weird, it devalues the set. I would have much rather had the 2014 style, especially because those existed when the set came out. And they were a lot harder to get. This would have been a perfect set, and it would have been one of the best sets. This probably would have been in top 5 if they did that, just swapped it around. And this kind of gives fault to the lie that LEGO can only do a certain amount of troopers. At least that was in 2014. The build, however, I also love. You can store all the troopers in there. It is a great battle pack build. I really like it. Now, moving on after that, we have the most expensive battle pack. Well, kind of. Second most expensive. And this is the Imperial Dropship, but the 20th Anniversary Edition. Now this comes with the 3 new Stormtroopers, which, Family Guy Stormtroopers, I don't like him very much. You get the Shadow Trooper, and you get Han Solo. Now this is a recreation of a top-tier set, which we get into again later on in this list. But the Han Solo is exclusive, that's why the price is $20 and not $15. It looks great. I like it a lot. The build is awesome. I love how you could drop off the little guys at the end. I just find it a fun build. I love the dark blue. It's just a fun and nostalgic build, a reimagining of a nostalgic build. And I really like it, but the Stormtrooper helmets, however, have downgraded it significantly, which stinks. Now here's 16. Here's the one I think that's going to be controversial and everyone's going to hate me for. And this is the Bounty Hunter Speeder Bike Battle Pack. Now this was based off of the Freemaker Adventures because, they were hunting them or something. The speeder is not that great, but this was a fantastic way for kids and people like me to get all the bounty hunters, other than, Forlom other than Zuckuss and a few of those guys. You got Bosk, which today this is the only way I got my Bosk. I wouldn't have had one any other way. Forlom, and as well as you get, Dengar and IG-88. Now, I think they look great. The Bosk was fantastic. I was so excited when I found out, it was going to have all this printing. Forlom was fantastic. You got a brand new mold for him, I believe, for this set. And that was just great. I really, really loved it, and I was really hyped for this one. That was a day one purchase for me. And, let's move into number 15. Now, this one is very dicey. This is the Elite Clone Trooper and Commando Droid Battle Pack. You're paying for this set for the ARC Trooper. That's without a doubt. You're paying $12 for the ARC Trooper. There was no other reason to get this set. The build was meh. You got a decent, kind of interpretation of an AV7 cannon. You got the 2 commando droids, which is really disappointing because mainly, you guys know, I don't like being a proportional amount of droids. They should have put in 3 commando droids. But either way, they are rare. You did get the ARC Trooper. That's not much to write home about. The big guy is that beautiful, beautiful ARC Trooper. That is one of the best LEGO Star Wars figures, period. And the fact that you put him in this battle pack really made it great. I really like that. And that's the sole reason you're going to get this set. And, commando droids are nice. I wish they included one more just because they're not official figures. But let's move into the next one. At number 14, and this is going to be, people are going to hate me for this one. This is the Clone Trooper Battle Pack. This is the one from 2005. You did get the Tree 27 Trooper, you got 2 plain Phase 2 Troopers, and you got a Shock Trooper. The builds were a speeder and a little, ball thing. I don't know what they're standing in. But it looks cool. I kind of like it. Now, next up after that, we have the Clone Trooper Battle Pack. This is another one. You get the Bomb Squad Troopers, which I hate with a passion, as well as the ARF Trooper and the Horn Company Trooper, and the Speeder. Now, the Speeder looks nice. I really like the Speeder. You guys know I hate Bomb Squad Troopers. They are not army buildable characters. They're the worst ever. The Horn Company Trooper is very cool. I love that guy. They didn't have to do that specific Legion, but I'm glad they did. And the ARF Trooper. That was, I believe, our first interpretation, which was pretty cool. Now at number 12, we have the Rebel Scout Speeder. This one is indeed epic. I love it, I love it, I love it. You get 4 Rebel Troopers, plain and simple. They get this nice little hover speeder, kind of from like the old Empire at War games, which this is based off something in lore actually. And I think they did a great job with it. It's super fun looking, not much else to say about it. And then we have that counterpart set. This is the Imperial Dropship set. This is obviously the classic, original one that everyone wanted back in the day. This comes with 3 beautiful looking Stormtroopers, and you get a nice black, Stormtrooper, and they look really cool. I own all of these. I do not own the build, unfortunately, but it's not a great looking build, but for its day, I'm sure it was fine. That wasn't why people were buying it. Now at number 10, we have one I really like, and this is the Elite Praetorian Guard Battle Pack. Now in this, you get 3 fantastic looking Praetorian Guards, one of which I believe is exclusive to the set. You get a nice little display, stand. You get this little droid to fight a Praetorian Guard, and you also get your Stormtrooper. And this was a great way just to bulk up your First Order. You get 2 of these. All the figures were perfect. I really don't think LEGO could have done a better job with it if they tried, other than, maybe swapping out the Stormtrooper with another Praetorian Guard, but I don't mind too much. Now after that, we have the Imperial Patrol Battle Pack. This one is so massively underrated, you would not even believe it. Now, first off, I will say, I know it comes with officers, and I'm being contradictory, but this build, man, this build looks exactly like it would be in the movie, and that's just not even joking. It looks great. They could not have done the build better. This is the best Battle Pack build, without a doubt. No questions asked. This is the best one. You get 2 exclusive figures in the form of the, drivers of these guys. That's cool. You get an officer, which is great. You'd swap out the heads with whoever you want. And then you get the lady who's wearing the black officer uniform. I don't know what the deal with that one is. I don't like that one. But let's move into number 8. Now, this is the Rebel Trooper Battle Pack. Again, another one. There's so many Rebels. This is the Rogue One version, and I like this one a lot. It's fun to swap them out, and these are actually named characters, technically. Like, one of them is named Melshi, and they all have different names. You could spot them throughout Rogue One. But they are easy, however, to swap out, faces and hands and all that fun stuff. I will say I love the little barricade build of the guy can stand on and hold, the line or, the sandbags. I love that. The speeder build's alright, but I think I really, really appreciate that. Now, after that, we have the Battlefront 2 based Rebel Alliance Battle Pack. Now, I love this one. You get a big old speeder. It comes with a Rodian guy. It comes with a jetpack, custom helmet wearing dude. You get a pretty another basic dude, and then you get a jetpack Cad Bane Duros guy, which is all very cool. I really like that. And this jet battle pack is fantastic. Now, at number 7, we have the Kashyyyk Troopers. This one, obviously, is very cool. Now, all the skins are canon. One of them showed up in Battlefront. You get the Swamp Speeder, which is a great build. One of the best Battle Pack builds, period. However, I wish it just included more of the Scout versions, which were new at the time when this came out in 2014. Then after that, we have, from a 2012 or 11 set, I believe, this is the ideal Mandalorian Battle Pack. You're getting 4 plain, cut-clear Mandalorians with a speeder and a gun turret and a little mortar. It's all you need to Mandalorian Battle Pack. It's perfect. I wish I got one of these. They are very cool. And let's move into the next one. At number 5 already, we have the Galactic Empire Battle Pack. I love this one. You get the Battlefront theme of the battle damage Stormtroopers with the jetpacks. You get the amazing Shock Trooper Stormtrooper. I love that guy. In the red, it contrasts so well. It looks so good. You get the nice officer. I actually don't mind this officer, again, because it's functional in the Battlefront setting. And you also get this beautiful command post. I love command posts. You guys know this. I wish they made all battle packs command posts because they're commanding a post for the battle. That's besides the point. You buy a few of these. I only bought one. I wish I bought more. At number 4, we have the classic Clone Walker Battle Pack. This one is the best. Now, this one, obviously, you get 4 figures. You get the Clone Captain and the Clone Troopers. You'd basically take off all their armor. The only problem is the Walker Pilot. You get all the build. It's just a great classic set, and I love it. Now, moving on after that, we have the Imperial Trooper Battle Pack at number 3. One of the best battle packs in history. Probably number 2 if, you don't count number 2 as a battle pack. But this one is great. You get the brand new style of Stormtrooper and Death Trooper, which were great. You get this kind of ugly build, but the Stormtroopers are the best Stormtroopers, without a doubt. Now, number 2, some people might not consider this battle pack. I do, so be quiet. It is the 501st Legion Clone Trooper set. Now, obviously, again, this is hard to sell in a battle pack, so think of it as like kind of 2, I don't know. But first of all, you're getting 5 01st troopers, which are great. You're getting 4 of them, one of which is a jetpack trooper, and then you're getting 2 battle droids, a speeder, and a walker. You guys know the rest. I don't need to go into it any further, but it was a fan campaign, and I'm very happy it happened. Now, finally, our number 1 pick for battle packs is the Utapau Troopers battle pack. This one is by far the best battle pack ever. You get 2 212 troopers in the 2014 style, as well as 2 airborne troopers. Now, if I'm going to get the only problems I have out of the way in this, the markings on the helmets aren't that great, but I don't mind that much. But with that said, this was a pretty long video, so I am going to ask you to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It'll help me out a metric ton, as these take forever to produce. So I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.